Great morning, beauties. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what day we're on, y'all. It's just been a wild ride, hasn't it? I hope it has been for you. And I hope that you can see some progress, some shifts, some changes externally, sure, but also, and I think especially like internally is what I'm especially noticing. So I don't know which day it is, but happy glow up day. And I am a work in progress. So I have been on a Zoom that I got to have one of my beautiful sisters in the Lord was sharing her testimony. And y'all, I've been crying. Look, I hadn't even finished my makeup. I didn't even try to put my lashes on. I was like, that's going to be a hot mess because I'm probably going to cry. And so I've been praying about doing this particular day's recording. And y'all, it has been such a challenge for me. It is not normally a challenge for me. It's one of my very favorite things to talk about. It is, it's our goal day, our dream big goal day. And, I've just been praying about it. So I thought, well, I'm just going to record this. And if it's awful, I can delete it. But maybe it's like the perfect day. And so we're going to see what happens. So I even, I made some notes and I've got my planner in front of me with all of my, things for the day. And I had a great quiet time, a great workout, all the things. And yet I have this, so I'm going to tell you where my disarray is coming from. Because my heart is to have a genuine, raw conversation with you about this concept of goals and goal setting. So in the natural, it's a simple concept, right? Like I can remember when my girlie said to me, we were on a trip together, and she just came to me and she said, Mama, you need to set some different kinds of goals. And I was like, what are you talking about? I set goals all the time. And she said, some of your goals don't make you happy because they're taking, they're goals that are going to take a longer time. And you like to achieve things. I thought, what? Talk about out of the mouths of babes, right? And so she challenged me on that vacation to, I just had like a normal watch. But I had my phone, of course, with me. I was taking all kinds of pictures. And she showed me how to turn on my activity. And she said, I just want us to watch your steps. And oh my gosh, y'all, we were walking so much. We were over in France, in Paris. And 20,000 steps a day, easy. I didn't think I'd ever walk 20,000 steps. And so when we came home, she challenged me to buy a Fitbit, which I did. And so that became like this fun goal that didn't depend on anybody else, just me. And it was in alignment with, my health, my not just like lifespan, but health span, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's important to have some different areas of goals. So, I call her my friend, but she doesn't know me from nothing. But I started out following two people on YouTube probably about 9 years ago at the exact same time. I'd never been on YouTube before. And I started following Buff Bunny, who I'm praying for every day, her and her man, because they're trying to have a baby. This is their fourth in vitro they're trying. And I just know, like, when we look back on this video in 5 years, they're going to have a precious baby. We're just going to all be so excited and rejoicing. That's an example of another goal, right? But can you imagine how important it is for Heidi to have other goals as well? Because that one's not just up to her, right? And then Angie Bellamare is the other one. And at the time she was with Beachbody. And so that was perfect for me for workouts at home day. Well, some of y'all have heard this before, but we used to all draw, now not all this cute stuff, but we just used to draw the squares, and we had in like a dot journal grid. Now she like makes it and prints it. No, this is not sponsored. The principle I'm teaching y'all is she taught us to have 10 different goals that we were going for every month, and really to reevaluate. I think I've even shown y'all the pages for the beginning of the quarter, like not just the for the year, but every quarter we reevaluate. So like, for example, this is just for the past week. Like, it's a lot of introspection. I haven't even done it because we got home late last night from a trip. And then the week set up, and then thoughts for the new week. So it's a lot of paying more attention to what it is we're going for. So in the concept, at first it blew me away. I was like, I don't think I can do 10 goals. But then as I began to observe the way she was doing it, it was 10 different areas of life. So for example, I'll tell you my 10 for this month of October: faith. And for me, that means like not just reading other books, but being in the Word of God. Moving my body, nourishment, eating clean, and making good choices that make me feel good, on the inside and the outside. My business, of course, all the socials, what I want to do, how I want to grow, my YouTube family, etc. How I want to grow as a person. So I've got a little course I'm doing online and a couple of books I'm reading. Creativity. How do I want, because I know when I'm allowing myself to be creative, it does something beautiful in my brain that sparks imagination in these other areas. Wealth building. So having that relationship with money and spending time each day and being prayerful over that. And then the next one is relationships. Who do I want to just purposefully build into their life, speak into their life, be a blessing, add value to them, for not for any benefit for myself, but just because I feel drawn to them and led to love on them. And then self-care. And so that's just an example of my 10. So it has forced me over the years of doing this to expand my capacity. I can be, so you'll be like, really, Julia? For real? Good that you know this about yourself. I can be so all or nothing. I can be so like, it's black, it's white. I have one of my mentors used to say, if you could just dare to see silver with sparkles, could we just find a shade in between? And this system has helped me, this thought process of having more goals than just like for my business or for my health. And so that may be one transforming thought for you right there. My quandary, if you will, has come over I believe in setting goals, and I am one of those people that's gifted with, I can catch God's big vision. The problem comes when I forget to leave myself, or to leave the goals and the dreams surrendered to Him, and I start taking it on. Now, some of y'all, your problem is not that. Your problem is you're not doing enough to take it on and do your part of it. You're like, oh, I totally believe God can do it. But God is like, actually, I was planning on you being much more involved than you're being right now. So you see how we can all be like at one end of the spectrum or another. So here's the deal with goals. This is like my little 3-step program for myself. Dream big, set goals, take action. But I just need you to know, for me, what I really attempt to do is ask the Lord where He's moving, what He has in mind. Is there any area of my life that I'm just kind of being complacent, that He actually is inviting me to go higher with Him and believe bigger? And, because we got one life, we got one shot at this, right? And so I really, anything that He has in mind that He wants to use me or move through me, I want to get to heaven and Him be like, we did 2 things, Jules, it all. That's what I want the answer to be for that whole life goal poster, right? And so I have to check myself before I wreck myself, because sometimes I can get caught up in a smaller goal, or sometimes I can get weary if it's a bigger goal, or sometimes I have that moment of, gosh, I'm not really giving my all, my excellent best, my most impassioned intentionality to this part of this goal. So, Are y'all tracking with me? So, of course, a goal is a desired future outcome, right? A desired future outcome. So, how do we achieve a goal? Well, we got to commit to it. Commit. So, like, is it daily? Is it 3 times a week? Like, what is the commitment required? Work to achieve it within those parameters that you have chosen, that's going to be the work time towards it. And it must have a specific time frame. It is not a goal if there is no deadline. It's a wish, a hope. That's different than a goal. And here's where some of you are going to be like, this is the problem right here, Jules. Those deadlines freak me out because I already know I'm going to be mad at myself, beat myself up, feel foolish, wonder what everybody's thinking, blah, blah, blah. If I miss the deadline. Well, what if you don't? What if we dwelled on that? What if we dwelled on that? Not missing the deadline. Goals are so beneficial for us because what? They provide direction. We all the humans need direction, y'all. Motivation and a way to measure our progress. We need to be able to see, oh, I'm moving from here to there, to there, to there, to there. Okay, so you've probably heard this before, but if not, this is a great rule of thumb. The word smart, have SMART goals. So that means they're specific. So not like one day my house is going to be organized. That is not specific. So the organized part is, but what does organization mean to you? Your piles are, straight, or you can open a drawer and see everything. You can open a closet and read all the book covers. What does organized mean to you? And when is one day is not a day of the week, right? Measurable. So my house, my drawers, my closets will be organized at the end of the next 4 months. Okay? Or maybe you want to do it by the new year so you can start the year fresh. Achievable. Can you do it? Yes, you can. If you're not gifted at it, what can you do? Hire somebody else to come help. Relevant. What would the benefit of an organized home do for you? Well, I can tell you one thing right now. It will lower anxiety, right? For sure. Second thing, it's going to make it easier for those that you are hiring or asking to help you to be able to help you because it's clear they can find what they need to do to come alongside you and serve. And then is it time bound? So yes, on or before December 31st, this is just our pretend example. That is the deadline, the goal deadline. If we choose to have our same routine without growth, we begin literally to feel emotionally and mentally, and often then physical follows. We feel stagnant. And when we feel stagnant, y'all, we get bored, and dangerous things happen when we get bored. Have you ever been bored? What happens is we do the too much thing. We scroll too much. We shop too much. We talk too much. We watch too much instead of being intentional and purposeful. And other thing I love about this, y'all, even when I use Franklin Covey planners, I had to use the daily because it's got to be something that I have to write out and focus on daily. God, where is your heart? Where are your thoughts? Who is on your mind? Where are you moving today? Right? And also, goals help us to kind of build a network of like-minded people who are also being powerful and intentional, right? Also, it helps us have a good work-life balance, joy in our pursuit, and we're on the lookout for the next blessing, the next connection, the next opportunity. So it creates innately in us this sense of a positive expectation. So when we're talking about what God says about goals, and I forgot to look up where this is in the scripture, but it talks about in his heart, a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps. I'll look it up and have Danny and the man put it up here for you. So we get the download, hopefully, if you're a believer, and then we are like, okay, Lord, what are you thinking the plan should be? You kind of map that out. I find that writing it down is oh so helpful. And then, Lord, I need you to determine my steps. So this is the part, y'all, that I have missed the mark on so many times. Lord, I need you to determine my steps. Like, okay, this is what I think the plan is for today. Now, I'm open to you interrupting me at any moment and changing my course and or changing the whole day. Like, it is more important to me that I walk with you than that I stick to this plan. Because if I've misunderstood, what I know is the most amazing things are going to happen wherever you are. So I don't want to be over here because I'm working my plan while you're over here and people are hurting or people are praying and things in my life could be the answer to their prayers, right? So that's the tricky part. That's what I want to challenge you to in this particular day of our glow up. Would you be willing to go there with me? And like I said, most of us fall in this category or this category, not both. Either you are, okay, I started trying to do it in my own strength again, Lord. I'm so sorry. Let me come back under the spout where the power comes out and get in touch with you, in alignment with you, converse with you, be still, listen. 2 ears, 1 mouth. What are you thinking? Where should I go? Is this the plan for the day, or do you have a better, more new, improved version? We're either in that camp or we're in the, oh my gosh, I hadn't even been trying. Like, I remember that I did set a goal. This is the whatever day of October, and okay, I would say, if I had to say honestly, I might have worked actively, intentionally towards it for 120 minutes this month so far, 2 hours. Okay, is that us giving it our best? Are we actually going to be able to reach it? Are we giving God enough to work with, right? So I'm dying to hear your comments. Which camp do you fall in? I'm on it every day. If anything, I probably am too involved in it. Like, I need to trust the Lord more with it. Or are you in the, I need to get in motion more? I love my friend Holly Lowe says, God will move the mountain, but don't be surprised when he gives you the shovel. I need to pick up my shovel. Right? And like every day, dig in and let's make the magic happen. Okay. Goals. Do you have any? Is it time to upgrade? Are you actively pursuing them? Tell me what your takeaway was. I know this day was a little longer. Dying to know. Happy glow. Thanks for tuning in. Whew, I was afraid I might cry, so that's why I didn't bother with the lashes, but we made it through without crying. And if you cry, it's okay, because sometimes that's just the indicator of what God's doing in our heart. And that's a sweet, sweet place to be. I love you, big beauties. Have a beautiful one. Mwah.